Hey everyone, I'm Fuzzy, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be doing a random class setup video. This is going to be episode 2. The class that I'm going to be using will probably be on the screen already, so I'm going to be using the foul, and it gave me no attachments, which I'm not too happy about, but it's a completely random class. You can't do much about it. Peek out, man. There we go, buddy. Woo! Oh my Jeebus. Come on. Yeah, I still got the guy. Where is everyone, man? Oh, they got a stealth dropper. Is that it? No, it's Kepek. Wait, what? Okay, I'll take this, I guess. Please, no! Oh, that guy got it instead. That's fun. Okay. Ooh, sneaky. Oh! Oh! No! I could have got a nice triple there. I don't think you guys would have noticed, but I actually am slowly getting back into sniping again. I used to enjoy sniping a lot. I used to play it like all the time. In most of my videos, I would be trying to snipe. And I'm getting back into it again. Like, I'm enjoying it. I actually don't know what else I'm about to say then. I have raised my sensitivity to 12 for sniping. At the moment, I'm just using 4. I did used to use 10, but now I've just gone up to 12. I just think it's a little bit easier to snipe, I guess. A lot of like the pro snipers in a way, they usually snipe on 14. I try, it's just, I see the point of it, but I just can't control my scope in there. It's too much for me. Can I get a cheeky wallbang? Okay, I'll just get the kill there. How did I do? 15 and 11. Not too bad. And also, I'm not wearing the headset that I get game volume from. I'm getting game sound from the monitor. So sorry if you guys do hear like gun noises and just stuff from the monitor. I'll actually turn it down now if you guys want. So it'll be a little bit not as loud. I literally just said have a shower and then just not style my hair at all. I literally just woke up like this, so that's pretty good. I've been wanting to play standoff. I wanted to play standoff before when I was starting to play this game, and I was like, it's not coming up, and then I have it now, which is good because I actually haven't played standoff at all. Get out of that window, buddy. Get out of that window, buddy. I was actually hoping I'll get like at least one attachment, but this is like bare bones, except for the camo, but I don't really, that doesn't count as cosmetic. But yeah, I didn't actually get any attachments, which is kind of annoying because it means it isn't actually that good, but I'm doing alright. Well, not really, I'm doing, I got a 1 KD. I like using the foul. Like, I've used it once before, but I don't use it much at all. It's so weird using it. But it's a nice gun. Like, I don't usually tend to like semi-auto. Well, is that what it's called, semi-auto? The ones where you... It's a foul. You guys know what that means. It's different, but it's a fun gun. Fun gun. I wanted to make a video earlier about this, but I wanted to make a video earlier about this, but oh my god, I can't even talk. Okay, yeah, he killed me. I wanted to make a video about this earlier, but I just couldn't in a way. Let me explain. It was Sunday. No, it was Sunday. Then the next day I had school, so I was not really looking forward to school as I usually am. I just wasn't really. And the night, okay, so that Sunday night, I watched San Andreas, which if you don't know, it is a movie about a huge earthquake happening on the San Andreas fault line, which is like a fault line in like California and that. So yeah, I watched that movie and it was a really good movie. It was a really good movie. But then in about 12, I watched the movie about like 9ish, and then 12:02, I'm pretty sure it was. I was on Monday, and I was already quite annoyed because it was the school and everything. And then after watching a movie about a huge earthquake happening in the area that I live in, we literally had a 7.5 magnitude earthquake. From the time span of about like about 4 hours later after watching the movie, we had a 7.5 magnitude earthquake. And if you guys don't really know, I live in a place where earthquakes are quite, like, they happen a lot. That's all I'm saying. I don't really know what else to say. It was weird because I knew I watched that movie and I was like, that movie still put me on edge, because if I lived in a country where earthquakes didn't really happen that much, I would be like, oh, it's a school movie. But I was kind of on edge because I was like, this is actually happening like right now pretty much. And then 4 hours later, it literally did happen. Yeah. I live in New Zealand and earthquakes happen a lot here. How you doing, man? You want a hug? I'll follow you, man. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go, man? I'll follow you. But the one problem is, I'll probably just show some images of like the damage that happened. Like, the earthquake actually happened about like 2 hours north from where I live. So it wasn't actually as bad here. It pretty much just felt, if you don't really know magnitudes in that, It's quite complicated, I don't really know, but it pretty much ranges from about an average earthquake here will probably be about like a 3, and that is probably like, oh, how do I describe it? How do you describe an earthquake? If you've ever been on an airplane before, it pretty much just feels like turbulence. Like, it's that feeling that like you can't stop it in a way. Like, it's happening, but it just feels like an uncontrollable shaking in a way. And that's kind of what turbulence is, and it pretty much is, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what an earthquake feels like, and it just felt like a gentle rocking here. It probably was about like, how do I describe it? I don't know what to do. It was just a shake. That's really all it was. Yeah, we just said that, and then it wasn't the best to wake up to. And there's like a highway that goes from, well, not a highway, but like a main road that if you want to get more up into my country, you will take that road. And that road is pretty much completely destroyed, yeah. And it runs along a coast. It actually runs along like the coast of the country I live in, and it goes straight up. And on the side, so if you're on the road, to the right you have the ocean, and then on the left you literally have cliff faces. And that earthquake pretty much made most of those cliffs like fall over, and then they pretty much had like mini slips and stuff like that. And the roads are destroyed. There's actually like a little town that lives like where the earthquake happened. They were pretty much like trapped in a way because they just like the roads were completely destroyed. They had to get like army ships in to carry people out and that kind of stuff. It was pretty bad up there, but here wasn't actually that big of a deal. So that was an interesting thing to wake up to. I was not expecting to actually talk about this since I'm not doing a random class setup video, but yeah. Wait, what is this? Wait, dude, hold up, dude. Come. I was gonna do tire physics. So yeah, I wasn't actually expecting to tell a story, but hey, you learn. I don't know what I'm about to say. I'm not even really concentrating that much on the gameplay. I am just concentrating on just trying to talk. What happened? Connection has been lost to the host. I'm gonna be waiting for another migration. I actually haven't done a proper outro. Usually I just cut it off in certain moments, but I actually am gonna do a proper one. Now what's the point? It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.